5 rounds to go now, and here is the first of those 5. A fan favourite, round 14 of the 2014 FF1M Championship, and it's the Belgian Grand Prix coming to you from the 7K magnificent Spa circuit. And we've got both of the Yorkshire crew with me today. Courtney Cass is here.
Hey up.
And James Whiteley is here as well.
Hey up.
So how's it going for you two at the moment? Because we are getting close to the silly season now, and let's start with you, Courtney.
Well, it'd be nice to have some money going into the silly season, but yeah. You got any change, mate?
Probably not, no, because I need the money as well.
I was banking on getting a customer, at least one, and evidently that's not happened, but I'm going to go ahead and pretend like this is all part of my master plan and I've got something up my sleeve.
You and me both. And at the last race, we saw Romain Grosjean take another win and establish himself as a serious championship contender, because he's only 14 points behind leader Lewis Hamilton. And here's a look at the brilliant Spa circuits. Let's just bask in this magnificence. Looks lovely.
Right, that's enough of that.
And it's the Prix 2002 layout as well, so it's got the old bus stop chicane, which is probably my favourite form of the bus stops.
Yeah, I don't know why they had to change it in 2007.
Was it because the pit lane entry was a bit unsafe?
Unsafe,
Because there was like that Fisichella crash in '98, wasn't there? Was it Fisichella?
Yes.
They like narrowly avoided it.
Well, surely they could have just I can't help but think they could have done something.
Just move the barrier back a bit. Surely.
Yeah, or a chicane maybe. We're just in the pit lane. Would that have worked? I don't know.
They tried to, but it didn't work. Last time we were here, all three of us, it was Adrian Suttle on pole position at Hockenheim. He's done it again.
Go on, lad.
Go on, lad. And Hamilton second with the man on the move, Romain Grosjean third, so looking in good shape for yet another win, and both Horizons in the top 4 with Paul de Resta fourth as well. We're not going to be seeing them next season.
No, they'd been bought by Apple.
Funny joke. So we got Sebastian Vettel in 8th this time around, and my car's not looking quite as quick, and because I'm running the harder tyres and my car doesn't really work on the hards.
Excuses.
It's a valid
Oh my
excuse.
god! 16th! Daniel Ricciardo! Get in, lad.
He's not done
What
too
you doing?
badly.
What are you doing, Kimmy? 14th.
There's Kevin Magnussen in 17th, so not quite as good for him, but I've been pleased with his season so far. He's had a few solid point scores, and I'd be wanting to try and keep him, but you never know, one of you two might nick him. Well, not you, Courtney. And Sainz 7/10 down on Kubica, so he didn't have a good qualifying session. Let's hope he has a better race for him and GRM's sake. So we're getting ready for the start now. On come the lights. There's 3 pairs, 4, 5. On go the 5 lights, and out go the 5 lights. And Adrian Suttle has gotten away. Hamilton's gotten away very well, and he's already ahead going into La Source. And round the outside, Hamilton I saw Ricciardo getting a bit of an airborne moment there. Bit of contact, but I think he's okay.
Well, I think that might be that, unless Solomon Grosjean might get through here.
Side by side through Eau Rouge Radion, that's a brave one, but Suttle hanging on so far, and Hamilton's got an enormous lead. Look at this, and behind we've got Suttle versus Grosjean, and everybody else versus everybody else. What on earth is going to happen into Lecombe? Oh, Vern's going to take third, and there's Hulkenberg coming up through the order as well, so he's had a good start. Where did Hulkenberg start? He started 15th? 15th to 5th.
Nice.
Wow. What a start.
I'm trying to see where Ricciardo is. Ricciardo's
Last,
I think.
I just saw him in last.
Yeah.
So something
Who?
else must have happened.
Yeah, he hit the back of somebody, I think. I can't quite remember who.
Who's this we're on about? Who's this you guys are on about?
Ricciardo.
Who's that?
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to blank him.
Blank who? What are we on about?
It's just generic Gen. You just know him as like Gen Driver 02, don't you?
0.02.
And Hulkenberg's having a look at Roman Grosjean going through the Blanchimont section, and he's got a chance going into the bus stop. He's up behind him, and Verne's going to take second place off of Suttil, and Hulkenberg is going to take fourth. And I saw Vettel making a move as well, and the rest are getting well out of shape. And there's a spinner at the back who has spun off. Is that Kobayashi? It is Kobayashi, so he's dropping down.
There's a shake and bake going slowly.
That's Karun as well off.
Chandok, there's chaos at the bus stop.
I think my boys made it through all right.
One of them was a bit stranded. Here's a look at Hulkenberg's start. Yeah. So 15th on the grid. Now, where does he make the positions? Up the inside, going into La Source. Look at that!
Jeez Louise.
What a start! That is start of FF1M history.
That's like he's a human player and he's put the AI on the lowest setting. And
just in front there, you could see...
Look at the slipstream as well.
Yeah. I'm surprised he can make that start when his granite balls are weighing him down so much.
And he nearly took third place going through the straights, but had to back out of that one just about. But now he is in fourth position, having overtaken Grosjean later round the first lap. So what happens going into the bus stop? Here's Chandok. And is there going to be a bump? There's an Andrew... Oh, big bump. That was with an Exolite. Was with that button... No, was it Perez or Raikkonen? I'm not 100% sure now because...
I think it would have probably been Perez because Kimi was 14th on the grid.
I suspect you're right there. And we got some more action between Vettel, who's got himself ahead of Di Resta now. Di Resta getting... well out of shape. There's yellow flags out, so somebody's had a... Oh, it's Verne!
Oh, dear.
Verne off, and Marshall...
Oh, that's a brave Marshall. Oh, Jesus.
I think the Marshall just got... all four wheels!
All four wheels, and that's Buemi has tagged the back of Verne as well, so Mitchell's race going a little bit sour, and...
Oh, is he going to get...
I thought he was going to get
collected again there.
Scalloped. I think the Marshall got absolutely obliterated.
So just understays... Oh, goodness me! Both front wheels off on that impact.
That is fireable driving for me.
I was going to say that now Verne's got past the horizon, maybe he'll have a chance of...
Oh, dear. And Senna's out as well, so what a horrendous lap for Tornado.
Deary me.
It doesn't rain, it pours.
I'm sure Tobias will be happy with that.
Yeah, don't worry, Tobias. I know you're paying from last race.
And here we go back on the action between Hulkenberg and Suttil. Where has this form from Hulkenberg come from? Because the Mitchell's not been a great car.
Yeah, what engine's it got?
Customer Mugen.
Okay, well Mugens were always supposed to be quite powerful, weren't they? But
I suspect the Mugen is probably the best engine, shortly followed by Climax, but Climax are not getting good development from this race, because both Tornadoes are out, but 8-second lead for Lewis Hamilton at the end of lap 3. I suspect he's going to win. So we go on board with Felipe Massa out. Race goes Massa.
Dear. Front wheels again. Both front wheels again.
What sort of a race am I seeing here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's blocking circuit. Oh my goodness me.
Oh dear me.
Science out.
No. Oh, there's an excellent. Come on, lad. No. For God's sake. That's Perez, right?
Massa's kind of blocking the circuit because he's got no wheels.
It looks like he's on the jacks from a pit stop rather than a crash. Like he's lost neither way.
Looks like he's parked in Liverpool for about 5 minutes.
Where is Jenson Button going? And he's struggling back onto this circuit. And, well, at least he's still in the race.
Has he got a puncher? I thought he had a puncher or something then. Here comes K-Mag.
Kevin Magnussen now in 9th position. And, well, Button's actually on the medium tyres, so I've actually split my two drivers' tyre choices. Magnussen on hards, Button on mediums. I must admit I'd forgotten about that.
I haven't done anything to my cars all year.
You've consistently ran hard tyres.
Have you been on hard tyres all season?
I assume so.
Oh my god.
Magnussen making the move on Bottas going into the bus stop chicane, and that is into the points for Magnussen, who had his best result of the season last time out with a 5th place. So good on you, K-Mag. But you are 23 seconds as Rosberg comes into the pits with a brake issue. So Willow's race not going too well.
Could be worse. It's not
Could
like
be worse,
the tornadoes.
Could be the Exolites.
Well, at least your Exolites are still in the race.
You see, you've been running hard tyres all season, and you're like, oh, I don't know why my car's so bad.
What have we got here? Ricardo, contact the button, and oh dear.
Good move. No, he didn't make the
Hamilton!
move. Lewis
Hamilton's pulling off. So a mechanical issue for Gojira already, and it's only lap 5. We've seen chaos, and Nico Hulkenberg moves into the lead of the race with Suttle second, Grosjean third, and look in fourth. It is Vettel.
Are we sure that's mechanical? It looked like he did hit the wall.
No, I think he just pulled off.
Yeah, and somebody else has gone off at the Pouhon corner. Who is that? Because I can see yellow flags there and a car stranded. So we may get a replay of that sometime soon. And it's a puncture for Hamilton, so the tyres failing on the Gojira. And it's Bottas.
Wow. Are we sure this isn't a wet race and the graphics for the rain haven't loaded? That's pretty crazy.
Well, the last 2 races at Spa have been wet, so we've been seeing an unusually dry spell recently, and Bottas retired with a gearbox failure.
Look who's in the lead now.
And here's Grosjean versus Vettel now for 3rd position, and both are 1 stopping as well, so Vettel's got some pace this afternoon.
I'm pleasantly surprised by that. I was going to say I was worried my season was going down the pan with the rate of development of my car, but yeah, it's good to see Vettel on the back of somebody rather than being on the back of them because they've just overtaken him.
And meanwhile, we've got De Resta in 5th position, Alonso in the Willows 6th, Magnussen 7th, and Kobayashi, despite his drama at the bus stop chicane, is in 8th. But there could be a change for 3rd position coming up as Vettel has got a bit of a run. He's got a good run, outbraking Grosjean into the bus stop. His 3rd position for the shake and bake driver.
I had a horrible feeling he was going to do that weird AI thing where he just kind of drive straight on an understeer into that outside wall on the bus stop.
Doing a Massa. And what's this? Is this a replay of the same thing?
This is the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did something happen to Grosjean shortly after?
No, it's exactly the same. The cars... No, I don't think it's a replay.
No, it is a replay.
Oh, it's Suttle's blown up now, so we're going to see Vettel in 2nd position now. Crikey. So the chaos continues.
Get out of the smoke. There we go.
That's a shame for the Horizon. So the Climax have now got 3 customers for next season, and this is how they celebrate. 3 out of 4 retirements so far, and it's only lap 7. Alonso's having a look at De Resta now for 4th position, and it's going to be the usual place going into the bus stop chicane. Can he outbrake the Scot, who is on the softs, and not doing a good job of it, and De Resta hanging on. Oh no, he's not. Off the circuit, and that is a 4th position for Alonso.
Tell you what, the Horizon's still going strong with all the white stuff pouring out the back of it. Maybe it has climaxed.
Hey.
So we're supposed to have been changing tyres this whole season.
Well, you had the option to at the start to allocate 6 sets of softs and 6 sets of mediums, right?
Oops. No, I didn't see that memo.
Right, okay.
I don't know what Ricardo was doing there.
It was Kobayashi who was having a bit of a spin. Nobody commentated on that, so I'll do a quick rewind and say, oh, off goes Kobayashi. Anyway, as here comes Jenson Button versus Daniel Ricciardo for 9th position, I believe. Or it could be for 10th. Because it's been so chaotic, I'm having a hard time keeping up. I think it is for 10th, because there's an X-Lite running ahead of them both.
That car looks a bit like one of my cars.
Who, mine or yours?
No, mine. I mean, you've ruined the joke now.
I was going to say, you forgot what your own car looks like, or is this the continuation of the blanking of whoever the hell Jenson Button just overtook.
I think the moment's gone now. Oh, you absolute bag of ass! just drive off into the. Oh my god!
That was perfectly timed. Was that?
Number 2 driver for a reason, mate.
Literally number 2. I should flush him.
Got an Exolite on his gearbox as well.
And I believe that must be Sergio Perez if the Exolite in front of Button is now Kimi Raikkonen. As here's race leader Nico Hulkenberg due in the pits this lap, so he is 2-stopping, as is Karun Chandhok as he's flashed into the pits from 9th. So Mitchell's good pace in the race so far could be down to a 2-stop strategy, because I'm pretty sure Vettel and Grosjean are just 1-stopping.
I was worried for a second that cutting to Hulkenberg was meaning a reliability issue. And whilst Vettel's in second, I do kind of want Hulkenberg to win, because that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? 15th to win. That
would make probably, I'm trying to think of 6 teams won this season or 7 teams won this season already. I think it's 6.
Can't remember.
Yeah, 6 teams have won races this season.
I can't remember what even happened last race, to be honest. Oh yeah, I rage quitted because both my cars were tired on the same lap.
On the same lap, yeah, but you had a lucky escape with Lewis Hamilton suffering an engine failure.
Yeah, I didn't find out about that until afterwards.
Yeah, it was a bad race for Shake and Bake, was the last one, but it's going much better so far.
In fact, both Horizons retired on the same lap as both Shake and Bakes as well, I think, didn't they?
Yeah, although that was more their own fault, because Sutto crashed and then at the next corner, Di Resta crashed.
Yeah.
And lost the wrong wheel. Speaking of which, he's in the pits.
I feel like there might be some new technologies in the axle or steering arms that are just rock solid now, so that whenever there's an impact on one, the other tyre just comes straight off.
God, I love this track.
So Hulkenberg rejoined in second behind Vettel and ahead of this battle for third position between Grosjean and Alonso. Into the pits comes Kimi Raikkonen, so he's another one on a 2-stop. And I think Rosberg's in again, so they obviously didn't fuel up the Willows when he made that unscheduled stop. So Rosberg's not going to have a good race.
Willows has it's lost a bit of pace.
Having said that, Rosberg is 5th, so I'm going to eat humble pie on that.
Humble.
Through Puon goes Alonso. Which is your favourite corner on this? Who's that off? It's Hulkenberg off. So he had a bit of a mistake, and that's let Grosjean off the hook, and conveniently holding up Alonso.
Alonso will get a slipstream on him, though. Although that car's so good in a straight line, he might be back past Grosjean.
So let's see what happens to Hulkenberg. He's just behind Vettel, and I suspect he's going to understeer off. I remember Shake and Make doing this in 2006, and
he bottleberged it, basically.
He bottleberged it for quite a while.
Back in the olden days where they didn't have that stupid tarmac runoff, it's there's actually a downside to running wide there.
Well, here comes Hulkenberg back on the offensive on his newer tyres. So once again we're seeing new tyres come into force after a pit stop. Can he outbrake Grosjean going into the bus stop? Yes, he can. That is second place regained for Hulkenberg, and now Grosjean has got to do something about the Willows behind. Is that Vettel into the pits? Is it Magnussen? Well, he overtook 3 cars there, but he was in the pit lane.
It's going like a whippet with a bum full of dynamite.
Do you know what? That might be a good plan for the final lap. The whippet with a bum full of dynamite.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bernie hasn't thought of that.
Yeah, if it's quicker to go to the line through the pit lane on the last lap, just do that on the last lap.
Yeah, maybe that's why they changed it. Or was it because of the safety issue regarding Fisichella?
It's probably a case that in real life F1 it's...
I thought the party line was that it was safety. It was to increase the safety of the pit lane, I think.
Probably.
But yeah, I think they spoiled the flow of the track, I think. But yeah. I don't strongly dislike the new bus stop. I preferred the old one.
It's a good outbraking zone, it's a new bus stop, but it's one of them horrendous off-camber corners.
Heavy braking zone. That'll make everything better. Like,
It does. It's probably more of a. There's more of a taking there than the old one, I think. Probably just. But
I don't know.
So here's Grosjean versus Alonso once again for third position as Vettel starts another lap. What's his lead over Hulkenberg? 6.5. And Hulkenberg is edging out the gap between himself and this battle for third. Got De Resta in fifth position at the moment, with Rosberg sixth, having jumped Magnussen in the pit stop, and Jenson Button's in eighth, so we've got both FJRs in the top 8 so far.
Not such a bad race at the moment for Yorkshire.
speak for yourself.
Into the pits comes Button. Are we going to get one of them commentaries from you, Mr. Whiteley?
What do you mean one of them? What do you mean one of them commentaries?
I have no idea.
He's defensive. That's confirmation of your suspicions.
And you've gone for the Ilmore engines next season, so same as you currently are.
Yeah, I don't think it's the engines that are the problem.
That's a very un-F1 thing to say. And normally teams will blame everyone but themselves.
No, it's not the engines; it's the drivers.
Yeah, fair enough. The driver blames the team blames the engine supplier blames the driver for driving it too hard.
Yeah.
And Haas blame the stewards.
Yeah.
So let's see what Alonso can do on Grosjean this time. He once again chooses the inside here. Nowhere through going into the first part of Blanchimont, but so it's going to have to be the bus stop once again, but Alonso's not close enough. So Grosjean doing a good job of holding up the willows of Alonso, who have slipped back a bit in terms of competitiveness, but he seems quite quick this time around at Spa.
Grosjean's a very good driver in FF1M.
Yeah, in FF1M, yeah.
He has a very, very strong chance of winning the championship this season.
Yeah.
That'd be quite an improvement over last season for Pedersen. Because they were pretty much rock bottom, weren't they, last season?
Stone dead last after a BMW engine which had about as much power as a broken toaster.
That's funny because in real F1 the BMWs were always really powerful back in the Williams days. At least in the V10s. Oh, Danny boy.
Yeah. Cool. Whatever.
I can tell you. I could tell you were gutted at losing your number 2.
Yeah. I just hope he retired because we gave him all the shit parts rather than.
I was going to say, yeah, I thought you'd be happy because it meant there'd be more spare parts if Seb has a wing failure or something.
I'm a bit worried about this because I don't think I'd had a reliability failure all season, and admittedly over the most recent break I may have tweaked something slightly with the engine settings and all of a sudden my cars don't finish, so I'm getting a bit sweaty right now.
Were you running higher engine modes in Hungary?
What? No.
Whoa, Alonso and Grosjean side by side once again, and that's definitely not the place to do it, Fernando. You don't learn, don't you?
It worked for Max Verstappen.
Yeah, but he was on the outside.
It was. I'm pretty sure I've done an overtake on the inside on the F1 games before. There, usually it was in a Ferrari versus a Williams or something, but it can be done.
It can be, but as long as you're not Luciano Berti.
Yeah.
He didn't have a good time at Prost, did he? That guy.
Nah, one flip and one enormous shunt. That pretty much summed up his career.
He sounds like a bit of an enormous shunt. Anyway, moving on.
He didn't crash that much for Jaguar, though, did he? Because it's like he swapped mid-season for Prost, and he just went on an absolute killing spree of his own suspension.
He had that one-off race in 2000 Austria. Finished the race, so he mustn't have done too badly.
All right. Don't remember that.
Here comes Alonso once again, up the inside into Blanchimont, and nearly another T-bone moment. But not quite, and he's close enough
I think
this
he's
time.
going to try one. Here we go. Oh dear. That was piss poor.
Expert analysis there from Mr. Whiteley.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
So all this is benefiting Vettel because he's now 13.7 seconds ahead of this battle, and it was a heck of a lot less than that before they started scrapping.
Hulkenberg's right up his derriere there.
And now Nico Rosberg's come into play.
Is that Nico going to lap his teammate?
No, he's 5th, Alonso 4th.
Oh, right. It came up like... I thought it came up Rosberg 3rd then. I was like, what?
Both Willows going into
that's
combat.
Brave, that's brave.
4th position
Nice.
for Nico. Meanwhile, De Rest are off, and that's going to give Magnussen a position. 6th for Kev. Now, can he do something about Alonso? Because his tyres must surely be going off.
That was that understeer moment I was on about before. Where the cars just forget to take the second part of the bus stop.
Yeah, it seems to be a trait on this particular version of Spa.
I don't know if I've ever driven a version of Spa on a racing game with the old bus stop. When did they stop using it?
Oh, you definitely have, because you used to play on R Factor, and I used to use the 88 Spa quite a lot.
Mate, I didn't make it. I didn't make it to the bus stop when I was playing R Factor.
That's a good point, yeah.
Oh, Rosberg versus Grosjean. Rosberg spins, and where's Grosjean gone?
Bottlberged it.
And Grosjean has gone off.
Nice,
There he goes. He's lost a position to Alonso. So finally, Alonso has got in front, but thanks to that bloke there.
What are you doing, lad?
Vettel into the pits from the lead, and that is a one-stop strategy.
Yep, that's promising.
You've got a chance, lad. You've got a chance, lad.
Just if you knew what engine setting I had him on, you might not be so confident.
Are you basically on grenade setting?
No, I'm on safe. You know, I'm running no extra power just to be on the safe side. Definitely.
You sound like Toto Wolff.
Definitely. Yeah. I definitely got the engines turned down. Not worrying at all. Be fine. Got plenty of pace in hand.
Vettel was a second quicker than Hulkenberg in the middle sector, so we've got Vettel on newer tyres now catching up to Hulkenberg, but Hulkenberg's got another stop to make, so he'll be on the fresher tyres once he does that. Into the pits comes Romain Grosjean.
Did you choose the colours for your livery, Courtney?
Yeah, I made a template on Gran Turismo Sport, their livery designer, and I sent some pictures to AJ, and he sorted it from that, which was very nice of him. Is that what you're going to be trying to get Guy to do for you?
Guy, if you listen. Wow.
Because there's that livery editor on the F1 game, isn't there? You're gonna.
There is, yeah. My current livery is really dark red.
Oh, what a surprise!
Yeah.
Since I know that the was it the 2008 Ferrari, was it? 2007 Ferrari.
That's gorgeous livery.
That is
metallic red.
You got a poster of it above your bed, so it's the last thing you see before you go to sleep, and the first thing you see when you wake up.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, no, you can't lie.
If I may interrupt you both, because Alonso and Grosjean have made pit stops, and Alonso rejoined ahead of Roman. And on newer tyres, I may expect Alonso to pull away as we see Button getting ahead of Kubica for 7th position. Here's Hulkenberg.
Now, is he coming into the pits?
Something doesn't look quite right with his rear wheel, but that could well just be my eyes.
It's just the graphics. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's just because Vettel's coming up behind him. Hope he gets a nice clean move.
We're on lap 27 now.
The madness has it's settled down as this race. It's from a very hectic start.
But it should still be quite a good climax, forgive the pun, but none of these two are running climax engines, never mind. It should be a good climax to the race between Hulkenberg and Vettel, because Hulkenberg will be on the newer tyres once he makes his pit stop, and Vettel will then have to do all the defending.
I was getting confused then when you started mentioning climaxes, and I was like, but we've been going longer than 30 seconds. What are you on about?
Dirty boy. Vettel now right up the back of the Mitchell driver, nearly tagging into Rivage, but all clean so far. Here is Fernando Alonso on the back of Paul Di Resta now, who has managed to get himself up to 4th position, so that's a good effort. And we got Magnussen up in 3rd. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Yeah, good race for K-Mag.
Not too bad from 17th on the grid as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
After Button did his best to try and turn the car into a reliant Robin.
I still think my driver of the day is Hulkenberg.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that amazing start from 15th on the grid. Shouldn't think where everyone else has qualified. I've got the sheet in front of me.
Brave from Alonso. Speaking of bravery, how brave's Sebi boy gonna be?
Not very.
Let's not do anything stupid now, lad. Let's not do anything stupid. Okay, it's all right.
He knows what.
Oh! No, it's fine. All under control, lads. All under control. Don't you worry. Probably doesn't need suspension much good though.
It's a slightly clumsy overtake from Vettel into the lead.
No, he knew what he was doing. All under control. Don't you worry.
Meanwhile, here's Fernando Alonso now trying to sneak up the inside of Di Resta, going into the bus stop. He's got him. And is Grosjean going to follow through? No, not quite. So Alonso now 4th ahead of Di Resta. Grosjean still behind in 6th. He's having a bit of a tricky race. And now he's trying to get up the inside into La Source. And that is finally a position gain for Grosjean as into the pits comes Jenson Button.
He slithered in there last second. He was like Randy Orton.
From out
Is
of
that
nowhere.
right, wrestler?
Come on, Kimmy boy.
So Raikkonen making his 2nd pit stop now. And out of the pits comes the Flying Finn. And is that Chandok? That's Chandok.
Yeah.
This is going to end in tears if they're not careful.
Oh dear, that's not where you want to go side by side. Holy ball sacks! Some strong wings you got on that car, lad.
Yeah, you still got a front wing somehow.
Yeah.
So the traditional Eau Rouge crash is back. And whoa, Chandok got very lucky there.
Well held, lad. Well held.
Mostly. Right, are we going to see an onboard from... Here's the view from Kimi Raikkonen's perspective. So he turns in, and yeah.
That was blatantly his fault. That was 100% not Kimi's fault.
And there go all his hard tyres.
Brutal. As into the pits comes Magnussen from 3rd position. And he'll lose that to the Alonso Grosjean crew. But he's got some serious points on hand, has Kevin, providing the rest of the race goes well for him. Up on the jacks, and down on the jacks after a 6.2 second stop. There goes Kevin.
Contender for driver of the day right up there with Hulkenberg.
Here comes an unscheduled pit stop from Button, and it's a throttle issue. That's not what you want around here. So his quest for points has become a little bit tricky, but still in some sort of contention, maybe. And now here comes Hulkenberg. About to come into the pits.
He's coming in for his stop. Yeah.
And the target here is to get out ahead of Fernando Alonso. He's only 14 seconds in front, so we may see Alonso jumping Hulkenberg, but of course Hulkenberg will be on the newer tyres.
Now, I don't want to jinx it, but minus any reliability issues, I hope Seb can make it to the end. They have cleaned up all those tyres, right? Because I did see him go. He was heading on his way towards Eau Rouge.
I think they're all gone at this point.
Okay, thank God.
And Alonso did jump Hulkenberg, so Hulkenberg's got some overtaking to do before he gets back onto the case with Sebastian Vettel. And it looks as if he's going to do it on his outlap. So we're going to see a bit of a charge now from the Mitchell driver.
Yep, some pace in that Mitchell.
And they'll be looking for their first win since the 2011 season, with Hulkenberg at the wheel.
We should, if he wins this, we should screenshot it and send it to the real Hulk. Just say, what are you playing at? Look, even your electronic namesake can win a race.
Kamui Kobayashi's out of the race with a loose wheel, so both Gajiras are now out of the race. That's not going to do their Constructors' Challenge much good.
I feel like Gajira are doing the same thing as me with their engine settings. Mind you, I don't know how an engine setting can affect how tightly your wheels are fastened. Unless the engine is that powerful.
The engine's that powerful, it's actually loosening the wheel nuts. And Roman Grosjean's engine has blown up! And that's gonna wreck his championship challenge somewhat.
Ouch.
I must admit, when I saw that smoke, a little bit of poo came out.
Well, you best hang on to your bowels for another 11 laps, because we've got Hulkenberg 12 seconds behind Vettel. Let's see how much he takes out on this lap. And that's it. That Kubica out of the race as well. That's a shame. Andrew F1 desperately needs some points. Hulkenberg is 5 seconds behind.
Why is Vettel so slow?
Hulkenberg's tyres are just that much fresher.
I was going to say, I think it's just tyres. I think that's all it is.
Really? Because he pitted and was behind Vettel when he pitted. You wouldn't think he'd be able to make up like 10 seconds in one lap. Holy shit balls! What are they giving that thing as fuel, man?
Shit balls.
He pulled like 2... No, Vettel must have a problem.
It's the legacy of the one-stop strategy that's to why Vettel is so slow at the moment. He was one of the first one-stoppers to pit on lap 21, and Hulkenberg's tyres... Well, he pitted 10 laps later, and the tyre advantage is that.
Maybe, yeah.
I think they've always been a bit exaggerated in this game, haven't they?
Well, looks like I spoke too soon, but I'll happily take second to Hulkenberg.
It's a good thing I am leaning on a wooden table and sat on a wooden stool.
Why? Because it's easier to clean up?
Just because you're saying I don't want to jinx it, so I'm touching wood for you.
Oh, I see. I thought you were on about bowel control. She won't want to be sat on a nice, comfy settee. Difficult to get the stains out. Anyway.
Vettel currently leads.
By 1.3 seconds from that driver there, Nico Hulkenberg.
This is going to be like taking candy from a...
Not this quote
We've
again.
made this joke many times. I swear that was my joke as well. And you stole it. I mean, no, it was your terrible joke. It was your terrible joke, you filthy.
It's a friend's...
terrible.
Oh.
It's round the Fania chicane to go.
Did see a few sparks come out the bottom of that car then. I was a bit worried.
I noticed that as well, but I also noticed that on Hulkenberg's car as well as we went through this section here.
I wonder if you can get a spark. I think there might be a spark mod on GP4. Maybe you've got that.
Don't be stupid. Right, okay.
Yeah, some sparks coming through that corner as well. So it's probably a characteristic of this circuit. As up the inside goes Nico Hulkenberg. That is the lead for the Mitchell driver. Now, Vettel has got 11 seconds over Alonso, I believe. That'll be the gap from Hulkenberg to Alonso. So it could well be...
the gap already?
Yeah, there's no stopping that. No stopping that. Tell you what, Alonso is right behind already. Jesus. Oh no, wait, it is the last lap.
It is the last lap, and here is the race leader, Nico Hulkenberg, making his way through Lecombe into Rivage. Vettel is 5 seconds ahead of Alonso, so he should be pretty safe.
Providing he doesn't blow up, which can still happen.
Providing it doesn't blow up, of course.
I'm ready to pound my desk.
I think that's him. He's coming to lap Perez. That says it all, doesn't it, really?
Well, I'm not sure which position Perez in, because we have had quite a few retirements, which you see in the final lap graphic at the bottom. Did catch a glimpse of Magnussen in P4, some 10 seconds behind Alonso. Not exactly catching up to him, even though Magnussen was 2 stopping compared to Alonso's 1. So I think at this stage the Willows is still quite a good car. It wasn't quick in Hungary, probably characteristics of the Willows doesn't suit that kind of circuit. But anyway, here comes Nico Hülkenberg through the Blanchimont section. And for the first time since 2011, we're going to see a Mitchell on the top step of the podium. Careful of the marshal, but out of the bus stop chicane, Nico Hülkenberg wins the Belgian Grand Prix.
GG, mate. GG.
Good, well done. Well done.
All done on that first lap.
Yeah. Nice to see Hülkenberg get a win.
Yeah, that's quite a win as well.
Absolute demon start. So Vettel takes second position, and with Grosjean and Hamilton failing to finish, that will do Vettel's championship challenge a lot of good.
I wonder if that puts him back at the top, actually.
It will do, because he was only 1 point behind Hamilton, so he'll hold a 7-point lead now. And through the rest of the results, we've got Alonso third, Magnussen a career best fourth, with De Resta, the only climax-engined car to finish, in fifth, but good result nonetheless. And completing the points, Rosberg, Button, and our fan favourite Karun Chandhok.
Yay!
Only 9 cars finished in the end, all on the same lap.
Who was ninth?
Checo.
Me. Yeah. It's about as painful.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just getting you back from you laughing at Ricciardo when he crashed in Germany.
I don't remember doing it. Did I laugh?
It was when Perez shunted Ricciardo off.
Yeah.
Oh, that was class though. That was amazing.
It was pretty good, yeah.
And despite failing to finish, having only completed 5 laps, Hamilton did set the fastest lap. So he was still quick, but the car is now broken.
So in other words, he would have probably dominated, wouldn't he?
Probably, yeah. He was some 8 seconds ahead by lap 3.
I miss the days when reliability was such a big factor in the races.
Yeah.
So there you can see Sebastian Vettel holds the 7-point lead over Hamilton, and Grosjean's engine failure means that he's still on third position at 59 points. But if he can get his reliability sorted, Grosjean will still be a strong contender for the championship. It should be a thrilling climax to the season.
You said climax again.
And there's the constructors, a little bit less close, with both Willows finishing in the points. They now extend the lead over Gajera to 24 points, and Vettel, his second position means that it catches up to the Gajera team, only 4 points behind now. Pedersen, GRM and FJR in the top 6, and Mitchell not too far behind Tornado.
I think it's a development season. I think that's what it is.
What are you developing? The hard tires?
I'm developing a thick skin. That's what I'm developing.
So that was the Belgian Grand Prix, and we will be returning for another superfast circuit, and it comes to you from the Temple of Speed, Monza, in Italy. So from the three of us, we shall see you soon.
Should we say bye? Bye.
As professional as ever.